No, ladies and gentlemen, you are not seeing things. I've done a lot over the past 7 years, and especially the last year on Sportswire Radio. There has been a who's who of people that have come onto this platform, but there's been one constant that I have heard the rumblings for the last 3 years, at the very least. This is the guy. Everybody tells me he's got to come on. When's he coming on? Where is he? Where is he? Why won't he come on? Well, ladies and gentlemen, he's here. He's finally made it. And boy, he's got a lot to say. And I promise you, this is going to be one you're going to remember for a very, very long time from now. This is a man that has done so much for this great sport. We'll honor that. We'll also talk about arguably one of the biggest matches of his career. We'll also talk about that guy that was here Monday, who's certainly been a roadblock, and this man and this back and forth with them. We'll get into that. I promise there won't be white people's food on here. I can promise you on that, although I still wonder some of these foods. But we'll also talk about, we definitely don't want that, because I'm a white guy, and I'm from Brooklyn, and I don't even know if that makes everybody laugh there. But this man, I am honored. I should give him the long intro, but I know he's going to have a lot to say in a short amount of time, and I want to give him the floor because this is one of those moments. When you think about the GBYWN, ladies and gentlemen, there has been a constant. There are two active links that have been constants. It's Sean Jovi, and it's this man, and it's my great pleasure to finally have him on Sportswire Radio in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage. The reigning, defending TF Crew, tomorrow's end champion, Doc freaking Holiday. Champ, thank you so much for being here, and it's an absolute honor.
Thank you for allowing me to be here. How are you?
We've seen what you've done. We've seen what you've done in TF2, especially to Angel Santiago here recently. So, no, we're going to definitely allow you anytime. But it's great to have you on here, and I'm going to go right into it because I know you're a busy man. There's a lot going on. So let me start off here. For those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the platform that you and the TF Crew most certainly helped build, what does it mean to you to be the TF Crew tomorrow's end champion?
It means I'm the best. Like I've always said. I've always said it, and I've always proved it. Now this is a bigger platform for me to just prove it to more people. I mean, it's a proven fact. I'm the best. I've been holding it, giving everybody a shot. No one's been able to take it. Come one, come all. Hey, Rap, if you want a shot, you can take it if you want.
No, I think I'm not.
Maybe. You want to try?
I'm going to respectfully decline on that because I would have no business anywhere near a ring with you. But I tell you what I'm excited about here is this show coming up this Sunday. And I'm a sponsor. I know there's some others that are sponsors. Rick Del Santo out Pro Wrestling Wire. He's had on Angel and Gabe the last few weeks. And talk to me, especially now that you work in the Boys and Girls Club of Milton. Talk to me about what this show means to you coming up here this Sunday.
Oh, well, it's for the kids, Who doesn't love the kids? You know what I mean? Look at me. I'm a good guy. I love the kids. You know what I mean? We got to raise the future of tomorrow. You know what I mean? And who better than tomorrow's end champion?
And you are that. And you have been the champion for the better part of well over a year. We're talking about a year and a half going into it, and I have it right here in front of me. And Angel Santiago, a man has talked a lot about you in the past. He suspended you from Syndicate Siege, and he spoke about you at length on Monday's show. And there it is. And you were in there, and you were defending this championship, and arguably your biggest test against that world famous cheeseburger, who's certainly been around the world. And talk to me, champ, about what we can expect here coming up this Sunday between you and that world-famous cheeseburger.
Well, another day in the park, Same old, same old. I mean, like I said, I'm the tomorrow's end champion for a reason. I already have tomorrow in the back. That's why it's around my waist. If he wants to win, he has to have a great imagination because I'm the king of random and I'm a horror guy. So, he has to come right or not come at all, but he's been around for a long time, like I have, and I'm very aware of who he is. He's just not aware of who I am. So that's a little treat for him. Bring a healthy imagination and whatever you can think you can do to beat me, do it, because I'm not scared to pull the trigger, as everyone knows. But I don't have any quarrel with him because I'm doing this for charity and I want to party. I want the kids to have fun, and we're in a mall. This is kind of 80s, so I want to party. You know what I mean? I want to have fun. So I expect to have fun, and we already know that I'm going to win. Like, I don't mean to sound cocky. It's just an objective fact.
I mean, listen, Angel talked about the fact that you've been the champion for over 600 days. He's obviously closing in on the 1,000-day milestone. So I guess then, since you're going to win, how different will it be against, let's say, a Cheeseburger than when you've recently wrestled guys and pinned like Jimmy freaking Controversy? So talk to me how different maybe this matchup will be compared to previous matches, let's say against a Jimmy Controversy or an LJ Wash.
That's what I'm saying. Cheeseburger has been around a long time, and he's been the underdog, and he's been fighting his way up just like I have. We're both small guys. So I'm literally giving him the open opportunity to do whatever he wants. Throw me around. We can do that to each other, right? He can get nice. He can have fun. I'm going to have fun. So why not allow him to do the same? I know he can take it. I can take it. So, you know what I mean? Let's just go out there and do whatever and have some fun. And let the magic play. Let's see what he wants to do.
Is going to definitely play. I have no doubt. I know the chat is here. Yeah. And we'll get to everybody.
I'm not worried.
I would imagine you're Doc Holliday, and we'll certainly plug your social media here in a few minutes. And I guess then I'll ask you another follow-up, because Angel had brought up a name that you have history with, and the one and only Jordan Oliver, a man that has certainly done a lot since those days that you were in the GBYWN with him. So will you maybe see some of that in Cheeseburger when you wrestled in, let's say, a Jordan Oliver all those years ago? Is there a similarity to that?
I remember him as a really young guy. You know, I've been around a very long time, and I've seen many different type of characters, and I'm pretty sure he's seen many different type of characters too. I'm not putting anything past the legendary Cheeseburger. He's legendary for a reason, but he's not a monster.
No, he's certainly not.
It's a big difference. See, not only can I manipulate reality to my will, there's always a plot twist in the story. So who knows? He may win. He may get it. What? We know he's not. So.
All right. Well, that may be one thing. Maybe a fair point. You are Doc Holliday, but you know, Angel made another point that was interesting, and he talked about Castor. Castor's obviously the guy that would be next in line. And since you say you're confident you're going to get past Cheeseburger, and you're Doc Holliday, you have every right to be confident when it comes to your abilities. Talk to me then about Castor and what that would mean to you, and going up against him, a guy that I had brought up on Monday's show. It's almost would be like student meets teacher. And you know how those things go. So if you're going to go and beat Cheeseburger, like you say, looking forward to the next opponent, that would be your disciple. That would be your student in the one and only Castor.
I mean, he's nice. I mean, I like to fatten up my prey before, you know what I mean, I devour a good meal. So we'll see what happens. But to give him any praise, he's come a long way since I've met him, and I'm going to make sure he goes even further. But when it comes to him coming against someone like me, you think Danielson can beat Miyagi? Come on, like, let's get real. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. That's what I'm talking about. These plot twists. These guys get close. It's like, oh my god, I'm almost gonna get it, and then nope. The sharks pull them under the water.
You know Casper better than anybody else. I mean, listen, you've taught him everything he knows. So I mean, how could he beat you?
Right? Like I taught him everything he knows, but not everything I know. Like we all know how that goes.
I say.
You know, we I already know what they're going to do before they do it. That's the great thing about being a monster. You have this ultra awareness. I'm sitting on top of the algorithm. Everybody, all you humans, I should say, you fleshies, are just follow the same algorithm that you're given in this society. And I'm above that. You have no imagination. You're locked in, do ads and all these other things like this. Like, I love this. This is my little personal interview with a vampire, and I'm enjoying it very much. And I hope everyone out there is too, because this is great. We should do more of this. I'm already affecting your world, so we might as well just keep it going.
You know what's funny you say that, because my guest coming on later tonight, his brain has been infected, and somebody's controlling his brain, and you're now controlling Sportzwire, and that's why we're so happy that you can come on anytime you want. You are Doc freaking Holiday. You are the TF Crew, tomorrow's end champion. And if you are out there and you're hearing about the TF Crew for the first time, hit the sub button for the new TF Crew channel. Also, this Sunday is Milford Mania. It takes place at the Milford Mall, and I've been to Milford. I know where the Milford Mall is. You should too. You should certainly support the TF Crew, because every dollar that goes to the show goes to the Boys and Girls Club of Milford. You hear all this stuff about what's going on in the world, all these different things, but the TF Crew is doing it for the right reasons, and that's why everybody should join me at the very least by hitting the sub button here, following the TF Crew on Instagram, and please supporting what Doc Holiday has got to offer. And you know, Doc, because I see some other people in here, I have to ask you, and you know, what did the GBYWN mean to you?
Oh, that's a brotherhood. That's a fraternity. I grew up with those guys. We did a lot together, and whether they're still around or not, I will always carry them on my back and carry them with me, no matter what. It's blood. It's family. I'm a wrestler. This is what we do. This is what we do. We build these bonds, these relationships. They will stick with us forever. And I'm just so infectious that I'm definitely going to be around forever, and everybody's going to get a little bit of me. So
you're going to live forever. You know, famously years ago, there was a baseball player, Ted Williams, and they were going to, you know, freeze him and, you know, freeze his body, and they were going to dig him out. And I think you're going to be that 10 times and some. So I have a feeling Doc Holiday is going to live on. You're going to outlive all of us. People talk about Flair. People talk about all these other people out, you know, living, and as long as they will, you, I have no doubt, will do that. But I got to ask you then,
who's to say I'm not already immortal?
That's, you know, I believe it. You are Doc Holiday. I certainly believe that. I think a lot of people do. And I have to ask you that, you know, going back to the card, in a way, tying to the GBYWN, is it weird for you then, being on a card of this magnitude with Rad Dad Radley Belmont?
Another name that I've gone through so much with. In the ring, out of the ring. Rad and I will always be connected. Well, until he's in his 80s, 90s. We will always have that back and forth. Kind of like Flair Hogan, but not with all the craziness, you know. That's not us, but
let's hope not. Let's hope
not that craziness, but we will be getting crazy forever. Everybody that I've come along with within the GBYWN, it will always be forever with them. Any one of them, no matter what name you want to bring up, they will always be here with me. They will always be right here on my back. They will always be right here on my side. They will always be in my blood. They're a part of me, and I'm a part of them, whether they like it or not.
I'm going to come back to Rad in a minute because it ties into the show, and I'll get to everybody here in the chat. But, I say it all the time, and I've said this for the last 3 years for the most part. In consistent links from the GBYWN that are involved in our circuit, it's you and the resident rock star Sean Jovi. And what does that mean to you to have consistently, for the last 2 decades, alongside Sean Jovi, have been that last active link in the GBYWN that has been in our circuit? What does that mean to you?
It means that one day, hopefully sooner than later, we can meet up and lock those hands.
Okay, so maybe one day you'd want to meet up with Sean Jovi. Well, he's a man that comes in all the time.
Whether we lock arms and lock horns or we shake hands, we must cross paths.
Well, I'm certainly certain I could ask Mr. Jovi that question. He'll be back on here towards the end of the month, and I think that's a great idea because Sean Jovi's talking about Rad Dad, but what about Doc Holliday?
Hey, I'm a fighting man. Anybody can get these paws, anybody. It doesn't matter what they want to do, when they want to do it, how they want to do it. Just let me know. I cannot be stopped, and I will not be stopped. And I will keep the crazy back crap stuff going on forever. So come on, line them up, put them all together in a group, tournament style, gauntlet style. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to fight.
And you know what? And you're going to certainly have a fight coming up here this Sunday. You are going to be wrestling that world famous cheeseburger. I'm going to get to some people here in the chat. I want to give you a couple of things, and I want to circle back to that. I want to circle back to that Puerto Rican prince, Angel Santiago. And I am very curious about what you have to say about him. So let me get to everybody here in the chat. I want to say hello to my friends from the great state of Ohio, the High Authority, Hubie Jenkins, who's here Sunday night. Wanted to say hiya. And speaking of people who's long wanted to meet you, that is Chase Wakefield, who was no longer a Bitcoin billionaire, but he's the leader of the free world now. And he's the VTW YouTube champion, and you're the Tomorrow's End champion, and he called you the greatest of all time, and you are. There is no question what you've done in YW, what you've done for this circuit, and I think tonight is about that moment. And there is Sick Rick, and he wanted to say where we at. We're live right now, baby. We are live.
Where we at, bro?
Well, we're here. We're here, and there is Zilla. Zilla wanted to say hello. Thank you, Zilla, for being here. I want to say hello to my buddy. He'll be back on here in a couple of weeks from the land down under, who wanted to say good day to you, Mr. Ace Reed. Ace is out there training, and he's back in the circuit. Wanted to say hello. The one and only Andrew Lovelace, who's in action tomorrow in the state of Pennsylvania for Mon Valley Pro, wanted to say, what's up, Doc?
What's up, man?
And also wanted to say, shots you say? Well, the Milford Mall, Milford Mania 2026, this Sunday.
Yeah.
The bell is 6 o'clock, and he'll be there. He'll be wrestling the world famous cheeseburger. So there you have it. Yes, yeah. Thank you, and hello, and there it is. Somebody would like to put that up. Thank you, my favorite. Hit the sub button.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate you. Speaking of people who I'll see later on here, he is the Universal Hybrid Champion. Daniel I wanted to say hello. Nice to meet you. And Daniel was supposed to have been in Connecticut last weekend with ECW great Jason Knight, but the weather canceled their show with the Outcast Wrestling. Maybe he'll have some time to show up this Sunday in Milford. Who knows? And Sick Rick wanted to say, Doc has grown too big for himself. He's going to eat a hatchet driver in 2026. What do you know about that?
I definitely will take it. I definitely will take it, and I will get right back up, and we can keep doing this. I'm a monster now.
The matches you had with Jake Dvorak, I would totally agree with that. I mean, the stuff you and Jake had last year was some of the best. I want to give Jake a big shout out because you and him put on some great matches. I'll tell you what, I have no doubt that you would get up from it. So shout out to Jake. He's probably on TikTok right now because he's like a big TikTok influencer now. Jake is like, he's a superstar.
I don't know if I'm old and I'm getting in my prime, but I'm ready for everybody. Jake can bring it back again too. Sick Rick can bring it. They can tag up and try to take me down together. Come one, come all.
Absolutely. Listen, absolutely. And please follow the TF crew on Instagram. And thank you. Also want to say hello to my buddy who'll be making his return here very soon, the owner of DBW and the man that's followed you well, Mr. Silas Walker. Yes, I think we have Brandon. His champion is here. It looks like Monday night. We're finally going to get him on. We tried it a few different times, and I think Monday night's the night. Hello there. Hello to Mr. Tafua. And he also said he would like to fight you.
I'm down with it. We can have a great monster match because sometimes I don't get to pull out my full strength and all my powers and all the things that I can easily do that. If I told you, you couldn't believe your brain would melt out of your ears, but I can actually do it. So if he's that strong and he can bring that character out of me, then we can definitely get it on.
He's on Sportzwire. He's the guy that definitely does that. And also, if you're on Instagram and you want to follow the champ, you can certainly do that here. And he's got a TikTok page, but I can't link TikTok at the moment, but I can link Instagram. So if you do want to go out there and follow Doc, that's his Instagram page. So check him out. And also want to say hello to Mr. Michael Christian, who said he was halfway asleep, but is glad he got woken up by you. And we're very glad that you woke up in the neighborhood. That's a great thing.
Yes.
And I want to share my screen. I want to give you a couple things. I'm going to do the first thing first. So let me do that here now. And I am now putting you into the Hall of Fame formally for 2 decades in our sport. So that's the first thing I'm going to do here right now. So that's long overdue. So congratulations there. That's the first thing.
Thank you.
And I'm going to give you the second one in a minute because it's your day today. So on all of our platforms, it's your day. So that's taken care of. This has been a day that we have long waited for. And
what a perfect day.
To us. So it's your day. It's your day today.
What a perfect day. Friday the 13th. Yes, it is great.
You're a Doc Holiday, and how could I not?
The King of Halloween has done it again. Oh my God, the King of Halloween has done it again. See, I have a costume for every single person on this planet, no matter what they want to do, how they want to do it.
Halloween. I did see that.
It's hard to explain, Rev. I am not just a mere man. I am something a little bit extra, and it's hard to tell you guys. So I'm just going to start showing you guys little by little. Have I been over the years? Like, it's simple. You guys just got to catch up. So now I'm going to feed you guys a little bit more so you can understand what you're working with, because these people just don't understand. They can try if they want. I'm all for it.
Well, you know what?
Let's go. But
I agree with you. I certainly
you know what's going to happen.
And Mr. Tuff,
they know what's going to happen.
Hopes to see you soon. But I do want to circle back to before I get some final words from you with Cheeseburger. So Angel Santiago has certainly made your life interesting. I don't want to say difficult because you're Doc Holiday, but he's made your life interesting of late. He came on at the beginning of the year and suspended you from action at Syndicate Siege. And then he talked about you again in this competition. There was a press conference not too long ago, which everybody was talking about. And, well, you did something to him. And I'm going to give you the opportunity now. If you have a few words to say to the Puerto Rican Prince, Angel Santiago, especially after last Monday, and maybe some of the things he's done to you throughout 2026.
Quite simply, Angel's scared and doesn't know what to do. He's confused. He knows better than to cross the line or ever come up against me straight up. That'll be stupid. That'll be futile. So he wants to play these games. He came on here and lied and said, "Oh, me and Doc made this pact where, I'll say on one side, you say on the other side, and we're not going to enter my..." No. Crap. Bull crap. What about him and Jimmy the Cricket? Because he's not Jimmy Controversy. He was just easy. He thought he had it. Plot twist.
You've done Jimmy twice. What do you think about that? It's not the Jimmy Controversy we used to see, in places all across the USA, whether it was in GTS certainly, or going with his history with Rob Black. I mean, we can go up and down the list of the names he's been in the ring with. Tommy Dreamer, and this is not the Jimmy controversy. See, he's like a frat boy now almost. You must think it's comical.
I have that effect on people, beat him so bad, he slowly turned into a Ken doll or one of those Jersey Shore guys. Ugh, maybe I did the wrong thing. Maybe we need to run it back. Maybe I need to change up the frequency, Oh, man, I lost the remote. So when I find that, maybe we'll fix it. But for now, he's all right. I mean, he's all right. He's Jimmy Controversy, right? He'll find a way. No problem. But Angel Santiago, he says he'll stay on his side and I'll stay on my side. That was never a thing, and he's always stuck his nose in my business.
It was over a year ago. He had mentioned that, and then he talked about that your reign seems to be competing with his reign.
I don't need to compete with him or anybody. I just do my thing and have fun with all the chaos and madness. So since he feels like he's the champ, like he's a real champ, I'm just going to play with him. I'm just going to have fun. I'm just going to torture him. He's not safe anywhere. I don't understand why he thinks he can run from me. He's not safe in his dreams. You don't think I'm going to pull up to your job? Hilarious. Oh man.
I don't know. I mean, I guess the point would be he was focusing a bit on you when he's got his own match with Aaron Rourke, but he seems to be very sure about that, and he's going to get his 1,000 days, and he's almost moving on to other things, and he spent quite a bit of time on you and Dad Bradley Belmont, your old friend, and not so much with Aaron Rourke.
The crazy thing is, I don't want his title, so I'm just going to torture him and have fun. There's a lot of things that's going to happen in between. I don't know. Maybe that's a little spoiler for the audience, but who knows? A lot of things can happen. Every day is a new day. I'm the only one that knows the end of tomorrow. So I'm going to publicly say I'm going to allow him to do this match without me doing anything to him. I'm going to watch very closely like I've always been doing, whether it's blatantly out in front of your face or from the shadows. I'm always going to be there. There's a lot of people that know that, and he should know that, and he should be very, very scared.
Well, I mean, he's
I'm
got a lot
in the prime of my life, and I want to have fun.
And you are going to do that. And if you are here, before we move on, you need to hit the sub button for the TF Crew on the YouTube channel. Follow them on Instagram. And we are here promoting for a little while longer Milford Mania 2026. It takes place this Sunday here at the Milford Mall. All the proceeds go to the Boys and Girls Club of Milford. I'm a sponsor of it. You should be too. And please support all the talents out there. And our guest here is a big part of it. Not only does he work at the Boys and Girls Club, he's also wrestling at this world famous cheeseburger, but he might be a little more world famous on this platform. He is the TF Crew Tomorrow's End champion, the one and only Diamond Holiday. So, so I guess before I get final words with you when it comes to cheeseburger, Angel, you think he can get past Aaron Rourke or what? And what do you say to that?
I don't think so, but I'm going to hope he does. I'm going to root for him. This is charity. I don't want to go crew member. No, I want to see him succeed. That's all.
Okay. Well, he seems to be confident, and and I got to ask you real quick before I get some final words with you. Rad Dad's got this guy Ace Romero. We were talking a lot about him. Everybody knows Ace Romero. I don't have to tell you anything about Ace Romero, but it seems to me like, objectively speaking, Rad is this decidedly underdog in this matchup. I know Rad has had a lot of obstacles. You had helped him to get a shot back at Angel, but this is it. I mean, if he doesn't win here against Ace Romero, and a lot of people think that this is a very steep hill to climb, figuratively and literally, I mean, I don't know where Rad goes from here in the TF crew. I mean, what do you think about your old friend Rad Dad Radley Belmont here wrestling that guy who everybody knows named Ace Romero? And will it be big boy season or what?
I don't know. I think he can pull it off, but he's going to have to fight harder than he's ever fought before. And if he can dig down deep enough, he can do it. He can do it. I've seen him do it before. And if he needs help, all he has to do is holler at me, throw up the bat signal, and I'll be there. Just like Mike Jack,
Oh, okay. I mean, listen, if he beats Ace Romero, I mean, that would be quite a feat. I know Rad Dad has done a lot in his career. He wrestled the Rock and Roll Express. You've known Rad Dad longer than anybody is in this sport, other than Papa Bear. So you know what Rad Dad has done. We talked about this at length. We've talked about this here on this platform with Rad himself. It's one thing to be in there with the Rock and Roll Express. It's another thing to go out there and defeat, let's say, a Darius Carter, a man that is arguably the best wrestler to have never been in any of the big promotions. But this is Ace Romero. This is a man that was once upon a time a tag team champion with this guy who everybody knows currently is the AEW champion, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. This is a man that's also been in the ring with him. He's beaten him. This is a man that's defeated the likes of Sami Callihan, Keith Lee. I can keep going. He famously had one of the biggest moments for anybody to have ever debuted in the history of Impact Wrestling at Bound for Glory 2019. The ladder spot with Tessa Blanchard. I mean, this is a guy who was the Limitless Wrestling world champion. Limitless Wrestling has over 1 million subs. I mean, listen, I could keep going about this guy. I could be here all night. But to beat Ace Romero, I mean, he's gonna need more than a bat signal. He's gonna need every single thing he can possibly figure out. But I don't know if he's been in the ring with anybody like an Ace Romero before.
Well, you may be wrong, because if you dig around the underground, there's every type of monster and little creature out there. There's every type of superstar. There's every type of bump. He has to just line up which ones he's already beaten before, and that's kind of just like this one.
Okay, I mean, that's a good point. Now, listen,
Like
you know
I said,
what?
he can honestly go the distance. I've seen him do it before. He's a fighter. He has that dog in him. Rad is something special, and he's going to be here for a long time.
Yeah, I agree about that. And I think that Rad Dad is definitely somebody that, he has been a fighter, and he will continue to fight until even when he has no breath left, and his last breath has been taken, he'll still keep, like you. Listen, like you, they don't make guys like you and Rad Dad anymore. There's no question about that. Guys like you who come from the GBYWN, and that's why it's really exciting to see a matchup like this. And and then let's say you're right, though. You know best, right? Let's say Rad has prepared in a way like he has in the past. Whether it's beating Darius Carter or being in the ring with the Rock and Roll Express or being there side by side with Hornswoggle, the Matt Pro Wrestling Championship, and let's say he is that number one contender to Angel's Championship. Should Angel walk away with it? Again, who knows there? Aaron works with WWE ID talent. But what do you think that Rad could beat Angel Santiago, especially after what happened the last time they were in that ring?
I think Angel got lucky. He's a little weasel, as we all know. He talks big, and weasels his way to easy victories. Very handpicked and very selected. Kind of like the Jake Paul thing, but that's not neither here nor there. I mean,
okay, all right. Listen, your words, your Doc Holliday. I mean, look, that's a point to make. I mean, I don't know.
It's a very funny TV show if we watch. You know what I mean? But we gotta watch and pay very close attention. I'm willing to fight anybody, but he seems like he's very picky.
But his last 3 matches, to be fair, was Cheeseburger, Rad, Wrecking Ball Legursky. And the fourth one will be Aaron Rourke, a WWE ID talent who's been on Evolve, Limitless Pro Wrestling. I mean, resume speaks for itself. So, I mean, when Angel
Yeah,
goes in there, he's only in the ring with the very best.
yeah, and I think as a business move, that might be a good thing to do. But when I say I'm taking all comers, I'm taking the most dangerous people. I'm taking the high class people and everybody in between. It's a mixed bag of everything. So when we want to talk about a real fighting champ, if that's where we were going, then look no further than right here.
Oh, you know what? Listen, that's a point that's certainly made, and that's why we've put you in the Hall of Fame. We've honored you here on this day, and we'll certainly see what happens there between Rad Dad Radley Belmont and Ace Romero. It's big boy season, undoubtedly, and to have him on this card, also the likes of Nunzio, an ECW legend, a man that was, I mean, arguably one of the most important parts to the ECW era, was here in the WWE. Once upon a time, a cruiserweight champion, was a tag team champion twice in ECW. I mean, a guy that's arguably a WWE Hall of Fame candidate. That's the kind of talent that we have here at this show. Your opponent, Cheeseburger, we know what he's done in Japan. Ring of Honor, his own dojo, where he's doing a great job. Emily Saxon's done some work out of there recently, who's going to be a part of the show. I mean, there's some tremendous talents that are on this show. And that guy, like I said, Ace Romero, I mean, it's big boy season. And, you know, I know that you have a lot in your plate. I know that you just want to get out there and go in that ring. So I want to give you the opportunity. If you have any final words for the world famous Cheeseburger before Sunday night, Doc freaking Holiday, what would they be?
Burger, my boy. I have no quarrel with you, but I just want to fight. I just want to go out there and put it all on the line. And I'm inviting you to come with a healthy imagination, try to throw me around, slam me on my head, do whatever you want. Let's make these kids go crazy. Let's have a grand spectacle. Let's put on a show. If you're ready, I'm ready.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're ready, and I think you should be too, because the Milford Mania finally takes place this Sunday. You have no excuses. Super Bowl ended. Sports is kind of on the back burner. You can watch the Olympics throughout the day, and then go to the Milford Mall and watch some of the very best talents. Literally, think about who's on our screen. Doc Holliday, one of the all-time greats. Cheeseburger, world famous. Nunzio, yeah, that guy, he's going to be there. Ace Romero, yeah, that guy, he's going to be there. Rad Dad Radley Belmont, yeah, he's going to be there. How about those Cheenies? Yeah, they're going to be there. Jimmy Controversy, he'll even be there. How about Shark Week? Mark the Shark, the GTS US champion, he'll be there. How about Be Insane? We know him, what he's done. He's going to be there. I mean, how about Christopher Black? How about Castor? How about Jeremy Lacroix? How about Corey Duke? I mean, there is an amazing abundance of talent. How about Jeff Nova? He's going to be there. Hey, Mikey Anarchy's going to be there, but he'll be doing some ring announcing. There are so many other people that are going to be a part of the show. That's why you need to support the TF crew, because all of the proceeds go to the Boys and Girls Club of Milford. And that's why we're so excited to support. I know you're a busy man, but I want to ask you this last question. And what does the Boys and Girls Club of Milford mean to you now that you're a part of this show and a champion?
All right. I've been around all over, and I've seen so many people, but more or less, I've seen a lot of people that are down, beat up, lost, broken, struggling to survive, believing they're on borrowed time. And we just want to give these kids a chance to see things different. Give them things they don't have, bring them places they never been, let them eat things they never ate, experience life, school supplies, whatever they need, counseling, whatever. We try to just build a better tomorrow. So beyond the craziness that I spew and I am, this is honestly like literally for the kids. And you know what I mean? I know it's hard out there and everybody's in need, but they're kids. They're in need. You know what I mean? And we need to shape the future the right way. And if we don't do it now, we're gonna pay for it later. So
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, absolutely.
this has come along. It takes a community to build the future. So we got to do it together. So
Absolutely.
whatever you can do, even if it's just showing up, even that's great. Just, you know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Whatever you can do.
Absolutely. No question that this show means a lot to the talent. It means a lot to the community. And I'm very honored to support all the TF Crew shows and especially this one because of the difference that we're going to make. And every dollar goes to the Boys and Girls Club of Milford. That's why we've been pushing this show so hard the last week and a half, having the Cheenies here, having Rad Dad, having obviously Angel Santiago, yes, Angel Santiago, and of course with Doc Holliday. And again, if you want to find out more information on this show, go to the TF Crew YouTube page, Instagram page. You want to go to any of the talents, all it does is to follow a message, and we can connect you and we can make a difference in our communities. And Doc Holliday is doing that, and everybody else that's going to be a part of this show and supports and sponsors, if possible, will do that. And that's why it is my great honor to put this man in the Hall of Fame. It's my great honor to finally have him here on all Sports by Radio platforms and give him this day and give him this opportunity. And we are so thankful and humble that he is here and decided to bring some of his evil and some of the monster in him to Sportswire Radio. I know you're a very busy man. Before I do that, you want to say a little Ox McCoy. Thank you, Ox, the enforcer of Sports Radio. You did a nice little logo for him, which I will eventually put up there. And we want to thank Ox. I also want to thank you, Doc, before I get to close. But thank you for everything you've done for this sport. Thank you for everything that you've done for me personally, even though I know this is the first time we're meeting, but everything you've done in the past for this sport, for giving me the opportunities to be here and giving me the opportunities to be where I am today. I couldn't be there without someone like you. And I'm so honored that you finally come on here. And I do want to say thank you for everything that you've done for this platform, for the wrestling community, for the Boys and Girls Club, and for me personally. And that's why I'm so humbled and I'm honored to get a chance to say thank you. And let me pass the baton to you now and give you some closing thoughts and anything else that you want to plug, share, and say. The floor is yours.
I would say beyond the crazy and zaniness, we all share this one space and moment in time, and we might not ever get it back. So we got to cherish it as much as we can. Try to hold on as much as we can. Have as much fun as much as we can, because who knows? So thank you, Rev. Thank you for everybody that's out there watching right now. Thank you ahead of time to everybody that might come to the show. Thank you to everybody that's tuning in. What I do is not just for me. It's kind of what I'm supposed to do. It's what we're born to do. Live with each other.
That's it, Liv. You know what? And that's why you are the tomorrow's end champion, because you are doing things to improve people's tomorrows. And you have done that, and you have certainly done so much. And you just being here for a second, I think, is going to be a big deal to a lot of people who are going to watch and see the clips on Instagram in a little while. And that's why we're so thankful that you are here. And you know, I agree with you on all the statements that you made when it comes to today and living for today, because listen, tomorrow it's only for Doc Holliday, it's guaranteed, because after all, he's immortal, but the rest of us, we're not. But we're just living in Doc Holliday's world, and that's why you should follow him on Instagram. That's why you should also hit the sub button for the TF Crew. You should also follow them. You should also support the Boys and Girls Club of Milford, especially. You should also be there if you're nearby in the area. And I've been to Milford, so I can picture the Connecticut Post Mall. I can picture the Milford Mall. You know, I can. Listen, my uncle, I was saying this when Gabe and Angel were here, my uncle is in Greenwich, Connecticut. So I have been to Milford. I know, I can picture areas on the highway. So, you know, that's why we should all support. And also, thank you, Doc. And we're going to give you this one more time when we're off the air. And I can't wait to do that. And I can't wait to see you on here. And congratulations on the success of this show. Thank you for everything you've done for our sport, and I look forward to seeing what you do against the world famous cheeseburger and having you back on anytime you want, because you, after all, are the monster. And we've had quite a moment. That was a surreal experience seeing you here, and thank you for everything. And just looking forward to seeing you on Sunday with the show. And the irony of you being here on Friday the 13th is not lost on me, and I'm sure anybody else watching.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Rev. Thank you for everything. Thank you for everything you do, man. It's truly a pleasure, and I cannot wait to come here and glitch my retro self into any stream that you may do.
Daniel Tafua does that. I think I'll be seeing him in a little while. But in the meantime, I'm seeing the legendary Doc Holliday. He is the TF Crew Tomorrow's End champion, and he has been the reigning defending champion now for about a little over a year and a half or so. And he will be in action this Sunday at the Milford Mall, and he'll be wrestling that world famous cheeseburger. The show starts 6 o'clock, doors open at 5. So you want to get there. It's going to be a big crowd. It's going to be a huge atmosphere. There's so many great names. They're going to be a part of this. That legendary Nunzio, a guy that should be in the WWE Hall of Fame, an ECW, and a 2-time tag team champion at that. Yes, I know. Trust me. And he was born in Howard Beach. I know where he grew up. I mean, so he was there, and he went to Upstate afterwards. And this guy Ace Romero is going to be there, and Doc Holliday, Rad Dad, Jeff Nova. Jeff Nova's back, and Gabe Sayers, obviously Angel Santiago, much to your chagrin, and Jimmy Concha. I mean, Gustin Caster, Christopher Black, Jeremy Lacroix, Corey Duke, Rick Del Santo is going to be there. Watch, it's a lot of great people that are going to be watching and wrestling. And thank you, everybody. Yes, and by the way, if you need a ride to Iowa, Ox McCoy said, hitch a ride with Gabe. Gabe's going to be there in 2 weeks. Great point, Ox. Gabe, I think, is going to be there. Hopefully the weather cooperates, because the weather's been terrible in the Northeast.
Hey, you invite a vampire, you know what happens.
Yeah, that's a great point. I would love to see you and Gabe go down there. They have the King of Cedar Rapids show. Yes, and I agree with management. You never know. I mean, Gabe's going down there. I mean, I'm sure Gabe can fit you in the car ride. He could.
I'll feed some candy, and he'll drone out and drive.
No white people's food in the car ride. Just no white people's food. Because I mean, I was saying in my intro, Gabe's feeding you guys some of this food. I'm a white guy from Brooklyn. I never even had any of his food.
See, he got me because I'm just crazy to try stuff. Yeah. I don't care, so I'm like, I'll try.
Yeah, well, you might be a monster, but there's a monster, then there's limits. I mean, every monster should have their limits.
Well, yeah, I got to tell the truth now.
Yeah, there should be some limits.
Tell the truth.
What you tried. Yeah, there should definitely be some limits on some of the foods. I mean, I'm happy for Gabe. It's gotten him to where he can quit his job. But I mean, for you guys, yeah, you and Castor, and even in those videos, and LJ Wash. I mean, guys, hopefully I won't feed you that food, rest assured, because I wouldn't even eat it myself.
Thank you, because we only got enough room for one white guy trying to feed me some nasty stuff.
Yeah, listen, we don't want to do that, because my stomach was churning when I was watching the videos. But thankfully, many people saw them. Millions of people saw them. And let me get to a formal invitation from Ox. And there's Mr. Omen Black, who's obviously a free agent at the moment. And he said he'd like to meet you, and he would like to step in the ring with you. Yes, a lot of people would like to step in the ring with you, and that would be another man. You've been in there with Jake, a similar type of guy in his build, in his style. I think that'd be another interesting opponent for you.
Hey, I'm down for whatever, whenever. Never know what I might do or when I might pop up. I might be in your dreams. I might be.
What? That was a great Dawkins song in my dreams, and you'll be like Freddie, who comes in the video, and the famous Johnny Depp in the first video where he's sleeping, and Freddie comes out, and and that's a good point by Omen, because not all white people can cook like that. He can smack in the kitchen. I mean, so that's good that thankfully Omen can cook. He can cook in the ring. It's great that he can cook in the kitchen as well, because obviously we hope that people wouldn't cook like that. Although I did tell the story with Gabe before I let you go. My dad famous was tuna fish when I was a kid. I was maybe 7 or so, and I never ate tuna fish one time, and he made it. It was going to be good, and I like it smelled so bad. I'm like, nope, I'll starve before I eat some of that stuff. It was egg salad and tuna fish. Those were things I would rather starve, and I'd rather than eat that stuff. So Gabe tried to feed you guys some food worse than that. Was the meatloaf, whatever, and there was the other food, the beans. It was like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
We're definitely, so thankfully, Omen, if they invite you, Omen and Ox, they have a little bit better food out there. They've got Backyard Barbecue that sponsors their shows, does a great job. Food tastes great there. I've heard from some of the guys have told me Backyard Barbecue is great, so you won't have to worry about that. Hopefully the brisket is good because everybody loves a good brisket and some ribs. So, thank you for that. And I hope that you meet Omen. Like I said, Gabe's going down there in 15 days. So who knows? But in the meantime, thank you to Doc. If you are out there one more time, hit the sub button for the TF Crew on YouTube. And I'm very blessed to be a sponsor. Like I'm a sponsor for the IMF show coming up here 2 weeks from this Saturday. We like to support all those who come out there. So definitely hit the sub button for the TF Crew. And I'm going to be back on here in about a half an hour or so to celebrate the birthday of Godric Samuel, whose mind was taken over by my guest earlier in the chat, Daniel Tafua. So who knows what goes on there, but thank you everybody here for tuning in. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce. I'll see you in a little bit. And also, actually, I'm going to speak into existence that he says that you and him is going to happen this year. That's what he says.
It's already happening right now in my mind. I write the stories, it's already playing out.
Well, he's beat Gabe already, so he figures why not go up against you?
Oh, man. Has he not heard? I'm the I-95 cryptoid.
So he's seen you in the
chat.
It's his show. He knows who you are. He's seen you in the chat hundreds of times. We spoke about you. I've played your matches with Jake. I've played your matches with Jimmy. He knows. It's his platform. Of course he knows what he's up against. Come on. You know that.
Well, as long as he understands that I'm back crap insane and he's ready to go.
Well, he's got a tattoo on the side of his head now, so he's definitely, a pretty tough guy. Is all right. And he says much love to Omen. We're going to see him on here. He and I are going to be together in 13 days from now, so look forward to that. And thank you, everybody. And until then, I'll see you in a little bit. And please support the TF Crew. All the proceeds go to the Boys and Girls Club. I cannot stress enough the importance of that. I also want to thank everybody because recently I just made Blabbermouth.net, which is the heavy metal version of which is Rolling Stone. And that was for my interview with Carmine Appice, who's considered to be the greatest living drummer alive. And he played with this guy, Rod Stewart. So everybody knows Rod Stewart. So he wrote the big hit with him, Hot Legs. So thank you, everybody.
I'm old enough to remember.
Yes, yeah, Rod Stewart. Yeah, it's funny. Somebody asked me, you know who Rod Stewart is? I'm like, yeah, of course I know who Rod Stewart is. I interviewed his drummer. People are like, wow, really? I didn't know you would do it. I actually, somebody in my neighborhood stopped me in the street and said, yeah, I saw you on the news. And I was like, oh, was it for the good reason or for the Rod Stewart thing? So, but thank you, everybody. I'll see you in a little bit and catch you then.